fundamentals.
I feel like it's a little.
I wanted to just tell you a little bit about Angel Log Photography, why we started, all that kind of good stuff, what we believe, and a little bit about an upcoming event. Okay, so here we go. This is right on my webpage. Were you rescued by an angel? And that's kind of an important question because pets tend to rescue us. I think they massively, get that in the next slide, improve your life. And if you've ever felt that way, a great way to celebrate them is with photography. So that's kind of where we're coming from. Some of the stuff we believe, for sure, and this is, Angel Dog Photography is really just me and my wife and a couple of people who help. But there's similar belief systems too. There are guys from, or a gal and guy from pet rescues, right, who kind of believe the same way. Experiences are more important than things, which is kind of how we base our business. We really think, and we really try to turn this whole process into an experience. Things a blast. Pets should be treated like family members. I personally believe that we have a problem with the way we treat animals. Right? We're cruel to animals, the way that they're harvested for food, all of those things. And I have this kind of belief that the closer their relationships are with their pets, the more they're treated like family, it sort of stretches out. Hey, maybe the cows and the pigs who we eat and don't treat well in a sandlot might be treated better if everybody treated their pets like family members. Just sort of a belief. Having a pet massively improves your life. I can go through statistics if you wanted to, but it's really unnecessary, right? People live longer, they have lower blood pressure, they're happier. So definitely believe that. And pet photography is a great way to celebrate that. And a great way in a couple of ways, which we'll get to. One is that experience I was talking about. You cannot believe how much fun people have with this experience. I've tried to get this across in media and in other things, and have been completely unsuccessful. People just feel joy. They come back, they recommend it, they like it, they refer it. I don't even know what the magic is and why that happens. I just know that it does. And at the end of this process, you get something fun like this to put on the wall maybe, or an album or whatever that gives you an opportunity to kind of relive that experience and celebrate your pet that way. So that's what we think. A little bit about business values, and it goes to what I was talking about. Customer experience is just flat out everything. We kind of by accident designed it this way. I think that's really an outcrop of my wife and I. We had so much fun with this, and then we started getting more intentional about it, right? And then it sort of evolved from there. Transparency about things. One of the things I don't like about every business, and I don't like it about photography, and I see it all the time, is pretty much bait and switch, right? People will say, oh, $99 to get this or that, but the first thing that you want costs $700, right? We don't do that, okay? We just tell you what it costs. And we feel like it gets folks that can't afford it, not interested, not committed enough because it's time consuming, out of the way so we can concentrate on the people who value it and can afford it. Commitment to providing the highest quality we're capable of. And that's an interesting way of saying that I'm getting better all the time. The photos I took a couple of years ago aren't as good as the ones that I'm taking now. That didn't mean I didn't put a big time effort into getting the best that I could at that time. And then continuous improvement. And that's sporadic like everybody else, but I have stretches where I literally block time to work on photography, work on customer experience to make sure that things continue to get better. All right, process, how this whole thing works. And as I said, this is this is a luxury item. It's fairly expensive, but it's also a bit of a commitment in terms of time. We usually have a pre-session meeting, right? Pre-session meeting, that's what we call it. And we go through a laundry list of things, from picking out what might look good on your walls to trying to understand what would make your pet happy and comfortable at the pet shoot, safe as well, right? We're always worried a little bit about safety for sure. And obviously when are we going to do it, right? What kind of a location? Going to do it on the beach, in a park, at a whatever, right? So we try to choose those things. The session itself, and the 3 points here: love, patience, and fun. People worry that their pets won't behave. They always behave well enough to get photos. I've never even come close to not having them behave, even with a dog that tried to bite me twice during the photo session and once before, right? I even got that dog to relax. Every dog will eventually relax with enough patience. They're the center of attention, they're having fun, the owners are having fun, and the pet owners do participate in this, right? What's the biggest two motivations for dogs and cats? There's two things, right? One is pretty obvious, treats, food, right? I mean, people who own pets here, what motivates them the most? Probably food, right? But what's the second thing? What gets them going? Yeah, they're people, right? Yeah, people, you know, they want, I mean, and once in a while I get dogs where it's flip-flopped, where they don't really care about the treats that they're getting or any of that. They care about being the center of attention and getting a lot of attention from their owners and from the photographer. And you know, me and my wife, we love the animals. You know, it's easy to see. They know that, right? They figure it out, so they get lots of love, and it turns into a whole lot of fun. We do a reveal afterward, and again, about time commitment, right? Just to be aware, we spend about an hour on this pre-session. The photo sessions usually last an hour and a half to 2 hours, right? It depends on the dogs. When the dogs are done, we're done. When the cats are done, cats are never done. So we're done when we get the pictures we want out of cats, right? It just is what it is. And then we show people a slideshow. You'll see one here in just a minute. And show them the photos. Everybody usually claps, cries, does something, smiles. And then we say, hey, this is what you can order from. I can't sell anything. I have to admit, all I do is hand them a price list, present, you can get this, this, or this. I just present options. And astonishingly enough, people buy. I'm always amazed at that part. We personally deliver the products nearly every time unless they're way out of the area. And yes, I even go hang photos, hang prints if they bought them. Yeah, imagine that. So I will come to your house and literally hang these if you want it, right? Some people don't want to see that they have a messy house, so if you don't want to do that, that's okay. So that's what we do, that's why we do it, right? Some of the values that we talked about. We've got an upcoming event, and I'm going to show you a little slideshow in just a second about that, called the Santa Chronicles. We are trying to put together a little vintage Santa mini shoot, shall we say. And you can sort of see the style of photos that we're looking for right there. That happens to be my dog and a fellow photographer who has agreed to play Santa. He's absolutely wonderful. So with that, and the slideshow kind of explains it. It's kind of fun. Fun way to conclude here. So give me just a moment and I will cue that up, I think. There we go. Alrighty. So we can sit back and relax with this and then answer any questions you have. Assuming we're going to get some sound out of it, which we're not. Okay. That's not going to work at all. So give me just a moment and I'll try to figure out the audio.
Sometimes it's on the side.
Pardon me?
Sometimes it's the side.
Okay. Up, down. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you. You mind if I start that over? Can we not count that 30 seconds? It's only a minute, so there you go. All right, now we got it. Thanks.
He's a good Santa.
Yeah, he's a great Santa. questions?
So now it's 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. What?
How do you get the dogs to stand still or stay still?
I'll actually email you the guide, but I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. I don't need them to stand still for very long. Okay, that's the good part. They're nearly always on leash for both safety reasons and to handle them, right? Frequently there is an owner or a handler of some kind, frequently my wife or somebody else, controlling the dog with a leash. Okay, that's one thing that we do.
You just edit it out?
Yeah, we edit leashes. We're awfully good at editing leashes out, so that's what we do. The other trick that we've got, although I have to admit I like it less as time goes on, because I've found that using slip leads anyway, I find that I use a regular lead. I actually have stakes. We will stake we'll put a stake in the grass or in someplace, tie the leash to that, right? Figure out the distance that we want the dog to be from that using a stake. And then the owners are free from doing that. If they're really motivated by the owner can then come behind me and get their attention. Yeah, it works very, very well. The other thing that people always wonder about, because I'll fill in the further question, afraid of the camera, right? I actually do training if I have to. I believe dogs, I'm not sure about cats. I have less of an idea about what they think, right? To be honest, I don't know for sure what cats are thinking, but I'm positive dogs think that camera in front of your face is some sort of a big eye with anybody who's nervous. They don't see your face and that connection, right? And it clicks. It may make, the click may bother some dogs. I've seen a few. I really don't think it's the click. I think it's this. But fortunately, cameras click, right? Not the new mirrorless ones. I actually will, when I switch to mirrorless, I'm going to have to turn the click on so it makes a noise. And what does the click become? Clicker training, right? So we do clicker training, and pretty soon they associate with the camera. So put the camera up to your face, so it's in front of your face. Click the camera, give them a treat. Click the camera, give them a treat. By the 6th time, guess what? They like the camera now, right? And they'll perform. Yeah.
It's usually like off-site or like that looks like a studio or is this just
Yeah.
a house?
Oh, fair. Great question. We have a portable studio. I set it up in the backyard. That was actually taken in our backyard. So it is a studio shot. But about 75% of our photos are taken outside. It's what I actually prefer. If you look at my website, probably 70% of the photos there are something like that, right? Portraits outside or dogs running, which are my favorites. I'm very good at getting action shots. We have a blast doing that. It's fun for the dog, fun for me. And the results are usually incredible. I probably should have brought one, but I've got half a dozen samples online that people can see. And yeah, I think we're all done, right?
That it? Everybody,
Alright, go ahead.
let's
Yeah.
do one more.
The Santa shoot, is that in a special room?
That's in a studio, yeah. We've actually rented a studio for doing that.
And how much is it? And we bring all the pets to you?
Yeah, you
And
bring the
is
pets,
it-
you bring the
is it
pets to
cats
us.
too or not cats?
Cats are fine as well. In fact, if you can get them in there, you can bring whatever you want. To be honest, I don't really care as long as Santa's okay. Maybe not, a cat this large is a wild cat or something. Other than that, we'll take it.
No, no,
No mountain lions. Yeah,
The owners are just the animals.
Yes, owners can be in the, okay.
Owners.
All right, just to make sure I'm fully transparent here. Kids and owners are welcome in the pictures, but they're not there as the primary subject, right? They have to have a pet with them in order to be in the
So
picture.
you're not gonna try to get kids' attention?
I'm not trying to get kids' attention too, although we'll do that if necessary, and that actually does work. So we can.
Can I ask
Most-
one fun question?
Yeah.
What's like the weirdest animal you've ever,
Um,
or is it pretty much just dogs and cats?
With me, you'll only see dogs and cats on my
So,
website.
like tortoises or something like.
Yeah, I've got a client that I so want. They have this tortoise that when I delivered their photo, they took me out back, and they have a 40-year-old desert tortoise in the back. It's about a year.
That's cool.
And I want pictures of that so bad. I pay them to take those pictures. I'll give them free pictures, right? So one of these days I'll set that up just so we can do that. I ended up playing with the tortoise for a few minutes because
Playing.
well, yeah, I mean, no, they're so cool. Anyway, but yeah, I've got, I know a person, anybody wants birds down, anybody own birds here? No birds?
My daughter has a bird.
Okay. I actually have a photographer I recommend to people to do birds. It's just absolutely amazing. She's in the East Bay, but anyway.
Thank you.
All right.